Well, good morning, everybody. Coach Chris here today with Sara Semmes with some very, very time-sensitive information you need to hear. We are actually recording this Sunday morning because the email is going out tomorrow, Monday, and we really want you to open up this video, listen to it, send it to everybody you know, and then take action based on what Sara's going to share with you today. So, Sara, thanks for coming in today and talking to our audience. Happy to have you. So, why don't you share with the audience today what's really time sensitive and, you know, a little bit about it and why this thing needs to be killed at the Board of Supervisors meeting.
I will do.
Okay.
Okay, so on May 17th, this coming Tuesday, the Board of Supervisors are going to discuss in the afternoon session whether or not to continue with putting a resolution, if they adopt a resolution, to put onto the next November ballot for the population to vote on whether or not we should become a charter county. So they're kind of talking about it like it's just a slight thing, it's passing a resolution, but it's a resolution to change our form of government. That's a big deal. There's two kinds of counties in California. We have either a general law county or a charter county. General law county is very structured. The jurisdictions, the boundaries are very clear. It's laid out in the California Constitution, everything that, the structure of it, how it works. And then the Constitution also provides the option to become a charter county, which is appealing under the sales pitch of you have more home rule advantage. You're going to make your own rules. But you need to think about, do you really want people in power and the people who influence the people in power rewriting the form of our government?
Yeah.
That's when things start to get a bit messy.
Yes.
And that's what we want to prevent.
Gotcha.
So the reason that they want to do it is that currently, written into the California Constitution, our governor has the right to appoint a vacancy to the Board of Supervisors.
Right.
So somebody dies, somebody leaves midterm, somebody moves, then the governor gets to appoint that person. That's how Don Addis got her seat.
Right.
And so they want to prevent that happening in the future. Totally reasonable. That sounds like a great thing to prevent, but it's the carrot. You know, it's the carrot for changing your form of government. And it's a temporary problem, is how I want people to look at it.
Okay.
So this is something that happens for, you know, like with Dawn, she'll be in office for 2 years, and then, in my view, the process will self-correct. You know, there'll be an election. She'll either get elected or Stacy will take her place.
Yes. Which we hope Stacy will take her place, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a short-term problem that self-corrects.
Okay.
But to adopt a charter, even if it's the most basic, simple little charter, they're selling it as being a partial charter. There's no such thing as a partial charter.
Right.
You're either a general law county or you're a charter county.
Makes sense.
And you can have like just one aspect of what is the possibilities that are possible for being a charter county. You could write all kinds of things in it. San Francisco's is 400 and some pages. Orange County's is 3. We will have a very basic, minimal charter that is designed just to prevent the governor appointment, but then also it goes a step further than that because it also will have a special election instead. But they also wrote into it that there'll be special elections for any other county seat, like a DA or your sheriff or any of that. And that'll be the only charter in California that does that.
Wow.
There's only 14 counties in California that are charter counties at this point.
So what you're saying too then is it could really take the true power that a sheriff has away from him, right? Being the highest level of
law enforcement in the county.
That could go away. 2
counties have done that in California. San Francisco County and San Diego County have changed their sheriff's job description, because you can do that in a charter county. You can rewrite the job description, and they've changed it from being chief law enforcement in the county to keeper of the jail, or organizer of the sheriff's department that keeps the jails. And we don't want our sheriff's highest authority to just be keeping the jail. We want him there to protect our constitutional rights if the government higher up starts to do something that's not what we want done. So our local government is what needs to be there to protect us. It's there's so many ways to go from that part of it. But so they can rewrite the sheriff's job description. Alameda County wrote they're the only they're the only charter county in California that wrote in a very good protective safeguard against what the sheriff's job description is. They have that he is the primary law enforcement of the land. They have like a page long of like all of the titles that, all of the job descriptions that he should be doing.
Yeah.
San Francisco has granted their police chief all of the powers and authority given to the sheriff under the California Constitution.
Wow.
And their sheriff is a jailer. So they swapped roles.
Wow. Yeah, and you know, I think we got a taste of that in the last 2 years, right? Of how the federal government started to do so much overreach. And we were fortunate on some levels here on the Central Coast that Ian Parkinson would consider himself a constitutional sheriff and did say publicly that he wasn't going to arrest law-abiding citizens.
Right.
Right. But what you're saying, which is what really woke me up, was that could change because they can rewrite
the sheriff's
job description, and we don't want that.
It would take an amendment.
Right.
But it wouldn't be a possibility as a general law county.
Wow. Yeah.
And also they, in the last 2 years with all of the BLM whatnot, they were trying to figure out how to recall their sheriff in Los Angeles County, and they are a charter county also. And a bunch of lawyers put a big paper together that I have here that talks about how you have so many more options to recall your sheriff as a charter county than you do as a general law county, because there's several clauses in the California Constitution that are worded, you know, like this applies to all counties unless you are a charter county, or with an exception to a charter county, where you can add in your own laws, which is great if you trust the people who are adding all of those laws in. Another big thing for me is that a charter county really reduces the communication and the direct representation between the electorate and the Board of Supervisors.
Oh.
So written into California code, right here, section 3701 is that if you become a charter county, that you create a charter commission composed of 15 qualified electorates, and their job is to basically recommend amendments to the county charter. And then you have the charter county commission, that's them. Then you have the charter county committee, and their job is to meet after every single meeting the Board of Supervisors has to see if, as a result of that meeting, an idea came up that would be a good amendment to the charter. So charters get amended like this. Like San Bernardino is a good one, if I can actually find that piece of paper. The first line in San Bernardino's charter is like something like the story of San Bernardino's charter before 1930 was a plight for its adoption, and since 1913 it has been to amend it, or something along that line.
Right.
But it's just, once you have the ability to amend your form of government, every single special interest out there is going to want to get their claws on what the rules are in the charter. And then you add in a charter commission and a charter review committee, and they can have their subcommittees, and and then all of a sudden all of these groups are influencing the board of directors directly, and we're like, hey, remember us down here? You know, but we don't have that kind of authority. And then it's just, you lose the direct representation, and it becomes a government that's basically there to serve the special interest groups that have the ability to be on those committees, to influence those committees, to influence the Board of Supervisors. It's just a mess. It's a mess waiting to happen.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, I'm so thankful that you have taken the time to do the research on this and bring this to light, because so many people didn't know the extent of that. And like you say, they always make it sound so good and harmless, and it's what's best for us, which is what's got us in trouble, really, honestly.
Right.
We've all sat back and, oh, that sounds okay. But somebody like you that dug deep and really looked at this and said, no, let's pay some attention to this. This is what's going on. Sarah's got a stack of research here, so she's just not doing this casually, people. She really has done her homework and research. And so what would you tell the audience today about Tuesday? What should they be doing? Like, what's their action items immediately once they open up this email?
Can you attach the call to action?
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
Yes. So
the call to action has a few talking points, and it has the emails for the Board of Supervisors. The first two emails on there will go on record for the Board of Supervisors for the meeting, for the county clerk.
Okay.
and those are great. That goes to all the board of supervisors, and then contact your individual board of supervisor as well. And I mean, my main point is that this is a short-term solution for a problem that self-corrects, that will have long-term consequences. You know, it might not affect our sheriff's office this year or next year,
right,
but we're setting ourselves up, our kids up, right, for living in a county where potentially our sheriff will become a jailer, our board of supervisors will be influenced by committee after council after board that are all parts of being a charter. The board of supervisors can also have an amendment that says only as a charter county that they can be voted on at large in our county. So people in San Luis Obispo could be voted for, can vote for who the supervisor is in AG, or
wow,
the, you know, so not just the people that they would be representing. Like, all of these little contingencies are written into what can be part of a charter.
Wow.
And I think that we just have to push away from that. If we really have a problem with a board of supervisors being appointed, we can look for alternatives. Like, we can ask Jordan Cunningham, hey, how about write a bill to amend that law saying that the governor appoints, or I don't know. Or
we need to have options, what you're saying. You
right,
know,
but changing our form of government is not an appropriate response.
No. Well, of course, not for us, but for the other side, that's what and that's what they do. They slowly creep it in, and like you say,
this is coming from Pashan.
Right.
He's the one pushing this right now.
Oh, he's pushing this. That he wants one.
Yeah. They really don't like governor appointing board of supervisors, which I totally get.
Yeah.
But again, short-term problem that self-corrects.
Yeah. Wow. Any last-minute thoughts that the audience should know, other than in this email there will be a call to action, as Sarah's put together so well. So when you open the email, watch the video, you'll be able to read what she says, and really what you're asking them is to oppose this. We want them to kill this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We don't want this going any further. Is that correct?
Right. If it passes on Tuesday, then we have until the ballot to try to convince the entire county electorate that they don't want to vote for it. But it would be a much more efficient process if we could just get the board of supervisors to realize that it's a mistake, and not put it on the ballot.
Yeah. Well, you guys that have been to our events, one of the things that we've really shouted our rooftops is about the power of the people. We all talk about the power of people so casually, but this is the time now that we need each and every one of you that are watching this video to take action. I know we're all busy. We all have busy lives and families and community and all that stuff, but this is our future. You know, for some of us that are doing all the work we're doing now, and the great work that Sarah's doing, and so many other ones of you out there listening, we're doing this for the future of our kids, you know, and we got to take action. We've allowed the busyness of life to get us into where we are today. So let's learn from the past and be proactive right now. Take a few minutes to watch the video, send it to everybody you know, and get in touch with the Board of Supervisors. This thing needs to be killed on Tuesday, you guys. It absolutely has to. Yes, we're in the middle of an election year. More of a reason why there's a lot of everybody's looking at everything right now. So this is the perfect time, what you say, for people to take advantage.
Yeah.
Everything's out there right now. We're all getting ready to vote. And these are things that should, you know, come when you're starting to think about voting. Are people that are pushing these kind of things, is that what you want? Correct?
Yes.
Any last minute things that you want to say? I know I said that once, but maybe there is, because I know we could talk about this all day. I mean, if the stack of paperwork that Sarah has here, I mean, we could probably be here all day, but we just, we're hoping this thing dies on Tuesday and this goes away. If not, you're going to hear a lot more from Sarah. We're going to make sure that we drive this thing. We absolutely cannot lose what we have. We've lost a lot already on the Central Coast. Nobody would ever thought that would happen in these small communities. But we all know the more government is not what's best. The less government is what's best, right?
Yeah, and it's part of protecting the republic, which we all like to say, you know, protect the republic.
Yeah.
But part of doing that is it's the same government like layout, separation of powers that exists federally, state-wise. It's county too.
Yeah. So
part of protecting the republic is at the small level.
Right, and that's where it all starts, right?
Yeah.
And you build from there. So everybody, please, this is the rally cry from the coach here, that we need everyone to take action, not only for us, but for future generations. So Sarah, thanks so
Sure.
much for
Thanks for
being
having
here
me.
today.
Appreciate it.
And just appreciate all you do. I know that there's so much that you've been doing behind the scenes and all the other initiatives that you've been working on over the last few years. So we thank you
Sure.
so much for that. And we'll look forward to talking to everybody soon. Make sure you take action, okay? I'm going to be following you. Okay, thanks for your time.